No matter how long you live or how much you travel, there will always be plenty of unexplained mysteries to discover. Our planet is vast and complex and contains more places and things to discover than we could ever imagine. In fact, many things in the world you take for granted might once have been an unexplained mystery. As time progresses, it is exciting to think about all that the human race has left to find out about our current plane of existence. Just think about how many technological and scientific advances have been made during your lifetime, and it is not hard to imagine how much more we have left to uncover about our continents, planets, galaxy, and even our universe. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 interesting discoveries. A woman's skull was found in Antarctica in 1985. How does an ancient person get to Antarctica from Chile? This question is one of many invoked by a fairly recent Antarctic discovery. In 1985, a woman's skull was found, dating back at least 175 years. The skull not only represents the oldest known human remains discovered in Antarctica, but also hints at the continent's past. Discovered on Yamana Beach at Cape Shiref in Antarctica's southern Shetland Islands, this skull is thought to have belonged to an indigenous Chilean girl in her early 20s. Not much else is known about the skull or what a woman from Chile would have been doing in Antarctica in the first place. But it is significant because similar bones could be contested in the future. As countries scramble to potentially lay claim to Antarctica, similar discoveries could mean the difference between a founded claim and an unfounded one. So why does this discovery matter? In 1998, the Antarctic Treaty was established. This agreement declared that Antarctica was a natural reserve devoted to peace and science, and thus could not be claimed by any country as a territory. According to Klaus Dodds, Professor of Geopolitics at Royal Holloway University of London, environmental protection is one of the key headlines of the treaty. However, if Chile can demonstrate that the woman's skull predates any evidence of other countries' claims in Antarctica, it might gain control and ownership of the continent. After all, as we mentioned earlier, the skull comprises the oldest known human remains discovered on the frozen continent. Archaeology has always been important in the world of international politics, but with the Antarctic Treaty expiring around 2048, archaeological evidence to support overlapping claims will be more important than ever. Although archaeological discoveries like this woman's skull carry no legal weight, they can challenge the timeline of the continent's history as well as strengthen the nation's hand in any negotiations. Pizzly bear hybrids are spreading across the Arctic thanks to climate change. Have you ever heard of a Pizzly bear? If you are not living in the Arctic, probably not. In recent years, scientists have discovered Pizzly bear hybrids that result from polar bears breeding with grizzly bears. According to scientists, this shift in bear breeding habits and preferences has been caused primarily by climate change. Melting ice is driving polar bears further south into the territory of grizzly bears. With the growing contact between the two species, it was only a matter of time before they started mating. The result of this mating has been dubbed a Pizzly bear, deriving from the word polar combined with grizzly. Another popular term for the hybrids is Growler. Whatever experts decide to call them, it is clear that these intriguing hybrids are here to stay. They may also be encroaching on the region's native species, which could certainly cause problems down the line. According to Larissa DeSantis, a paleontologist and associate professor of biological sciences at Vanderbilt University in Tennessee, usually hybrids aren't better suited to their environments than their parents, but there is a possibility that these hybrids might be able to forage for a broader range of food sources. In addition to genetic advances, these hybrids also boast striking physical features. They have the same cream-white fur as a polar bear with the shallow face, humped back, long claws and brown patches of a grizzly bear. As soon as scientists spotted these creatures, they conducted DNA tests to determine that these animals were indeed polar grizzly bear hybrids. Ongoing climate change and shrinking habitats may contribute to these hybrids moving into and taking over existing polar bear territory, encroaching on the polar bear's habitat and resources, as well as leading to a loss of biodiversity in the environment. Scientists will continue to study these Pizzly bears to determine whether they will overtake polar bear habitats and what, if anything, needs to be done to correct the growing disparity. Huge methane cache beneath the Arctic could be unlocked by the Moon. Recently, scientists have found that the Moon might be affecting how much methane is being released from the seafloor at the bottom of the Arctic Ocean. Although we have known about and understood the Moon's effects on the tides for quite some time, we have yet to see many instances in which the Moon's phases can change the ocean's methane levels. In recent studies, however, scientists have concluded that low tides mean less pressure and more methane released. Conversely, high tides create more pressure, leading to diminished methane release. To find these effects, scientists had to measure the temperature and pressure inside Arctic seafloor sediments. Their main takeaway from this study was the correlation between gas levels and the rising and falling tides. Using a permanent monitoring tool, these scientists identified methane release in an area in the Arctic Ocean where it had not previously been observed. Jochen Nies, a marine geologist at the Center for Arctic Gas Hydrate, Environment and Climate, or CAGE, said the following in a statement. "It is the first time that this observation has been made in the Arctic Ocean. It means that slight pressure changes can release significant amounts of methane. This is a game changer and the highest impact of the study. From this study's conclusions, it is clear that climate change will be affected directly by this release of methane from the Arctic Ocean seafloor." Why does this matter? Greenhouse gases such as methane have been proven to contribute to global warming. As more methane is released, global temperatures increase as well. Understanding how the tides can affect these seafloor methane caches is important for future climate change and global temperature predictions. In addition, the discovery of the tide's effects on the release of methane from the seafloor shows that scientists have been underestimating the Arctic's greenhouse gas emission levels. This new discovery also raises questions and concerns regarding how rising sea levels and ocean warming will interact as climate change becomes a much more pressing issue. Because high tides reduce methane emissions, it is possible rising sea levels, which come with higher tides, might partially counterbalance the threat of increased gas emissions being caused by a warming ocean. From a Chilean woman's skull discovered on a frozen continent to a methane cache unlocked by the Moon, we have tackled 3 interesting discoveries you might not have known about. Only time will tell what these mysteries mean for the future of the planet and the future of humanity as well. But what do you make of these Arctic discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.